Okay, hello everyone. As people are still coming in, we are going to get started because we do have a lot to get through today. I want to welcome everyone to our special edition, How to Impress Your Grandchildren class, something that we've never done before. We have taught many classes, but not this one. This is a brand new class. And this is really exciting because I think you're all really going to enjoy it. Um, Now the class will be about an hour. It will go for about an hour until around 6 o'clock. And if you do have any, actually, I'll let Julie and Caroline explain everything. But we're not gonna get started. I have Julie and Caroline here, who, if you have taken a class with us before, they've helped me teach the classes. I know many of you here today are new and have never taken a class with us before. Julia Fight and Caroline Schwartz are both members of our team, and they're going to be kind of running the class today. I'm also here with Joe Kaplan, who kind of the tech, and I'll also be here. I'm also going to ask that if this is your first time attending a class with us, if this is your first time, please stay at the end of the class so I could get a chance to meet you and kind of tell you a little bit more about the program if this is your first time. But if not, you're free to go at the end. We are going to get started. So Julie and Caroline, showtime.
All right, hi guys. So this is our special edition of How to Impress Your Grandchildren. So we're just gonna go over like a couple things. So first, if you have a question or you want to contribute something to the class, there's a raise hand function on Zoom that you're able to press, and that will allow you to raise your hand virtually, because if you're raising your hand regularly, we might not be able to see that. So if you have any questions, just raise your hand virtually and then we can unmute you. That way you're able to participate in the class. And also, if you have any questions about the portal that Jordan has just released, you can ask him about that. But the website is on the screen, portal.mittlerseniortech.com.
Okay. So today's lesson, we're going to be teaching you ways to impress your grandchildren. So the first way we're going to teach you to impress your grandchildren is through a new app that's called TikTok that became very popular this year. Then we're going to go into Game Pigeon. We're going to teach you how to use fun emojis and some fun Zoom filters. And then if we have time, we'll try to teach you guys a very fun TikTok dance you can do with your grandchildren.
All right, so the first thing that we have planned is TikTok. And as you can see, there's a girl on the screen. This girl is Charlie D'Amelio, and she's like the sort of queen of TikTok. She has like over 100 million followers on TikTok. So if you want to impress your grandchildren, you can definitely mention her name, and I'm sure they'll know who you're talking about.
Yeah, again, so her name is Charlie D'Amelio. If Jordan, you want to type that in the chat so they know it, that would be your grandchildren would be very impressed. Okay.
Okay, so TikTok is an app that you would download on the App Store like any other app. So first you're going to go to the App Store on your phone, which Joe can share his screen and show. And you're going to type into the search bar TikTok. So that's the same process for downloading any sort of third-party app on your phone. And once you type TikTok into the App Store is the app that has a white A on a blue background. So you could see Joe's going to click on the App Store and he's going to type in TikTok. And you can download TikTok by pressing on that little get button. And once you click on that, it will download the app onto your phone. Okay, so right now Joe's downloading TikTok, and as you can see, this little blue circle is loading, which means that the app is downloading on his phone. And then once TikTok is fully downloaded on your phone, you're going to need to create a TikTok account in order to make videos. So because it's a social media app, you can't just make videos. You would need to create an account first. So we're going to walk through the steps of how to create an account on TikTok so that maybe you could follow your grandchildren or learn some of the dances and watch other people if you want.
Okay, so once the app has downloaded, you're going to press the open button that appears right next to the app. And it'll take you to the TikTok app. So once you get to TikTok, you should see this homepage. And here's ways you can create your account. So either you could use your phone or email with Facebook or Apple or Google, but usually you would just want to create an account by clicking on the first one. So if Joe clicks on the first one, it'll take him to when's your birthday? Okay, just fill out your birthday, I guess. And or any birthday. And again, this is safe, so it's fine. And then you press next. Okay, and after this, you want to enter your phone number. So if Joe enters his phone number.
You also have the option on top. You can either choose phone number or email. So Caroline's using her phone number.
Or either
or,
one works.
Yeah.
And there are two ways you can download the app. You can make an account. Okay, so after entering either one or the other, again, Joe did both, but one or the other is fine. You can click next. And and drag the puzzle piece. That's just to make sure you're not a robot. But then it should send you a password through text message, and you want to enter that password into the.
Oh, no, I think here, this is where you're going to create a password. So for your TikTok account, you're just going to create a password. It says that it has a couple of like limitations. It wants you to have 8 to 20 characters from at least 2 categories. So that means you're going to need like some sort of exclamation point or something so that your password is secure. And then once you type in a password that TikTok approves of, you're going to press next. So you're definitely going to want to remember that password. Otherwise, you're going to be logged out of your TikTok account. And so once you create that password, that will be the password to your TikTok account. And you can press next to continue on to the next step of setting up the app. Okay, the second thing that you're going to do is create a username. So if people wanted to search you up on TikTok, you're going to have a username. And this is going to be like the name that people will see, that will appear when you post a TikTok or when other people look you up on TikTok. So this is going to be your account name. So you could see that Joe typed in a name. It doesn't have to necessarily be similar to your name. It could be anything that you want, but something that you're going to remember. And then you would press sign up.
So after clicking sign up, it brings you to this page, which you can either click on any of these interests and it'll show you videos that the app thinks you will like. So if Joe clicks on sports and then presses next, okay, and then swipes up, start watching videos. So that button should come up, and now this is what the TikTok page looks like. So now we're going to teach you a few TikTok terms. Okay, Joe, you can press OK. Okay, so a few TikTok terms that are common and are used are For You page and also known as FYP. So you have 2 slides on TikTok. If you could circle both, the first says following and the next says For You. Like I just said, the For You button is your For You page. So that is anyone you don't follow or just any common videos that TikTok thinks you'll like according to your recently liked videos. The other slide is following, and if you follow anyone, that's where their videos will come up.
Okay, so again, on top, the For You, those are videos that are recommended for you based on things that you watch or things that you like. So when we set up the app, we clicked on that Joe liked sports. So for example, right now, if you go on his For You page, chances are that you'll find a bunch of videos that have sports on them. So this is all based on things that Joe has watched in the past. Right now, Joe hasn't watched anything yet. So these might be random videos, but based on the ones that he likes and the ones that he watches, those are the type of videos that TikTok's algorithm will see that you're liking, and they'll put more of those types of videos on your For You page. So TikTok is pretty smart like that. Any of the videos that you've been watching, they'll keep generating similar videos onto your For You page. And For You page isn't people that you're necessarily following. It could just be any random people on the app who are posting videos that TikTok thinks you'll like. And so it will put those videos on your For You page for you to watch. So you don't follow these people. Joe hasn't followed anybody on TikTok yet. He just set up this account. But you could see that he's already seeing videos based on things that we put in that he likes. And then next to it on the tab on the left, you could see the following. So right now, Joe doesn't follow anyone because we just set up this account, but he's able to request people to follow. So we could show you how to do that if you want to follow specific people.
So by clicking on the search bar, which you could find on the bottom of your screen, which comes with the little like magnifying glass, the search bar is right on the top and you want to click on that. Click on the search bar and you can type in any of your grandchildren's names and they will appear. So if Joe wants to type in a TikTok account, he can search up Julia's TikTok account right now and he can write julia.fight. Okay, and it should be the first one. So if Joe presses search, which is the blue button on the bottom, Julia Fight should come up. And here we have Julia's TikTok account. And then if you click on the account, if Joe clicks on the account, which you just need to click on, that's how you get to the account, he can press the big red button in the middle that presses follow, that says follow, and that's how you follow somebody. So if Joe presses the follow button, Joe, if you press the follow button, and then you go back to your home page, which is also found on the bottom again. So if Joe goes back and then goes to the bottom, which looks like a little house, which is his home page, and refreshes the page just by swiping up, he should see all of Julia's videos now because Julia is the first person that Joe is following. And there are Julia's videos. Okay.
Okay, so this is basically how you're going to follow people on TikTok. Okay, Joe. And you can also, so you're going to scroll through these videos. You can also like and comment on different people's videos. So if Joe goes back to that home button and he clicks on the For You button on the For You page, you could see that he's able to scroll through different videos on his For You page. So Joe, click on For You on top. On top, Joe. Joe, click on the For You button on top of the screen, and that will take him to the For You page. And you can see that there's like, comment, and share all the way on the right side of the screen. So these are 3 different ways that you can interact with this video that you're seeing right now. So you can see that this one here has 11.2 million likes. And if you click on that white button, that white heart button, you'll be liking the video. So you're able to like videos if you like them. You're also able to comment on them by clicking on that little speech bubble icon, and you're able to write anything on the video. So you could see, you could also read other people's comments. So you could see that different sports teams have commented on this video. And then you can also share the video, which is the button right below the comment, which means that you're able to send this video to other people. So let's say I wanted to send this video to one of my friends. You could press that text message button and it would send this video outside of TikTok to somebody else.
Okay, perfect. And Lisa, you have a question, so you can unmute. You're not unmuted yet? If you press the unmute button.
Yeah, where this TikTok was created, United States or overseas?
I think I do not know.
It was created in China.
China.
Yeah. Okay. And then again, just reiterate the point of how to find someone's specific video. You click the search bar, which is found on the bottom of the page. Joe, go back. The search bar, which is on the bottom of the page. And you press search. And if you know the name of your grandchildren's account, you can type in that name and it'll come up.
We can try Caroline's account now. So we can search in Caroline Schwartz. And her account should also come up. There you can see those are her videos. And if you click on any one of those videos, you can watch Caroline's account and you can follow her too. So there's no maximum amount of people that you can follow on TikTok. You can follow as many people as you want. And you would just press on that same red follow button that we pressed on last time to follow Caroline. And if her account was private, you would need to request to follow her. And then she would have to accept that follow request. But because Caroline's public, we were able to just see her videos without following her, and we don't need to request her. Anybody is able to follow her account.
Okay, so that's TikTok, and I hope that wasn't too confusing. We know that was a lot, but okay. So moving on to the next thing. Okay, moving on to the next thing, we have Game Pigeon. So Game Pigeon is a way for you to play games with your grandchildren, like via text message. Again, this only works on the iMessage app. It doesn't work on WhatsApp or email. This is only an iMessage app. So how to download Game Pigeon is, Joe, if you share your phone. So again, the downloading process is the same as how we've downloaded any other app. So we're going to go to the App Store, which is the blue button with the big A, and we're going to type in Game Pigeon. So if Joe types that in, it should be the first button to come up. So Joe already has the app Game Pigeon, but if he didn't, it would just say the blue Get button, and he would download that like we just downloaded TikTok. So if Joe presses Open Game Pigeon, it'll either take him directly to Game Pigeon, but if we want to show you how to access that specifically, we'll show you that right now. So Game Pigeon isn't an actual app. It's rather an app that is stored in iMessage. So how to access Game Pigeon is you would go to your iMessage app. You would click on anybody's name who you want to play a game with. So let's say Joe is trying to play a game with Jordan. He clicks on the bottom, which is how to type a message. And if he clicks on that button, which will show his keyboard, he should then click on the big A, which is right next to the typing button that looks like the App Store symbol. Right there. So if he clicks on that, a bunch of little apps should pop up, and within these apps, Game Pigeon should be there. So if Joe just scrolls, we should see Game Pigeon. So once you see Game Pigeon, you should click on that. And Julia.
Okay, so Game Pigeon, unlike TikTok, isn't an app that you're going to see on your home screen because the only way that you're able to use Game Pigeon is in iMessages. So you can see that this is how you're going to access Game Pigeon every time you want to use it. And you're going to press on that A, and now that we found Game Pigeon, you're able to start a new game. So you could see that by scrolling through all of these games, you can choose any one that you want. There's a couple of different options, and 8-ball is one of the most popular ones. So we can click on that one. So Joe pressed on that, and he's just gonna press that blue arrow to send the message, and that will send a message to Jordan saying, "Let's play 8-ball." And now Jordan will have the opportunity to respond on his phone and send back the Game Pigeon message. So right now, if you click on this play button, you could see that it's going to say waiting for opponent. So right now we were waiting for Jordan to respond and play the game. And Jordan did play, so we could see that that was Jordan's turn. And now it's our turn. So we can do our turn. We're going to try and get one of those balls inside. And once you do that, you're able to send the message back to Jordan. Okay, so we didn't do so well, but we're still able to send the Game Pigeon message. So now we sent our turn, and now it's going to be waiting for Jordan to send his turn back. So it's a back and forth game between you and another person through iMessages. So you're able to send these sort of games to your grandchildren if you'd like. and you can just start a new game with them, and hopefully they'll respond by sending the game back and playing their turn. And you guys can send a back and forth until at the end, one person will win and one person will lose. So you could see Jordan just played, and now we can watch Jordan's turn. We can see how he did. And then after Jordan's turn, we're going to have the opportunity to play again. And once we play, we'll automatically send our turn back to Jordan, and he will receive it, and then he'll have the opportunity to respond again. So it's a back and forth game, and it's pretty simple. There's a lot of different options that you could choose from. We just chose 8-ball. And once you're done, if you want to X out of it, you're able to press that X on the top right corner. So once Joe sends his move to Jordan, he's able to X out of it. And you can have multiple games with multiple people. The one thing is that both people need to have Game Pigeon downloaded on their phone in order for it to work. So you can't start a Game Pigeon with your grandchildren if they don't have the app downloaded. But once you both have the app downloaded, it's pretty simple for you guys to send games back and forth with one another.
Okay, and how to tell if it's your actual turn. So Joe was on the Game Pigeon like home screen the whole entire time, but right now how you see that it just said opponent, waiting for opponent, and now the iMessage like home screen has just switched to your move. So whenever it's your turn, a button like this should pop up from the other person's end of the text message, and if you click on that, it should take you to the game, and that's how you know it's your turn.
All right, so we can X out of this game. Joe and Jordan can continue playing after. But so basically you're able to have multiple games going on at once with different people. So it's not an exclusive thing, but it might be a little confusing if you have too many games going on at the same time. But it's a pretty simple way to just play online games with people through iMessages. Okay, the next thing that we wanted to teach, Joe goes to the next slide.
Excuse me, I have no idea where iMessage is. I can't wave at you. Hello?
Hi. Okay, no problem. Okay, so iMessages is the app on your phone that looks like it looks like a speech bubble. It's going to have a green background. And we actually taught iMessages in a different class this year. But iMessages has this green background, and it looks like a little white chat. And if you click on iMessages, that's how you're going to send text messages to different people.
I have text messaging.
Yeah, text messaging and iMessaging is essentially the same thing on an iPhone. So you're going to click on that text message button, and you're going to choose the person that you want to start a Game Pigeon with. So you would scroll through all the people that you've texted so far, and whoever you want to send that message to, you're going to click on their name, and then you're going to follow the steps that we told you. You're going to press that A and look for the Game Pigeon symbol, and then you're able to start a new game with that person.
Is Game Pigeon for free, or is it you pay
Yeah,
for
it's
it?
for free. We just showed how you would download it on the App Store, and it didn't cost Joe anything to download it.
I have the App Store. How do I find the Game Pigeon? I didn't see it. I looked at these pictures.
So you search Game Pigeon in the search bar, and it should come up. The search bar is all the way on the right side of your phone in the bottom corner.
Okay, and if Joe goes back one slide, we can see that these are some examples of different Game Pigeon games, and we also included Joe's phone number on top. So Joe would love to play Game Pigeon games with any of you guys. So if you want to text him and start a new Game Pigeon with him, he would really appreciate it. So this is his phone number. You would first want to add his number to your contacts, and then you're able to start a Game Pigeon game with him.
So if any of you want to test it out right now, you can send a Game Pigeon to Joe, which is this number right here. So we'll give you like a few minutes to do that if you want to try it.
Okay, so again, you're first going to want to type Joe's name into your contacts, and then you're able to send him a Game Pigeon message using the steps that we've showed you. You're going to go into iMessages, click on his name, press on that A.
How can I turn my phone off? How can I turn this off? I don't know how to turn it off. It's on my phone.
Oh, so it might be a little difficult to play Game Pigeon while you're on Zoom on your phone.
I wanted to get out of Zoom and just not see this, not watch the rest of this. What do I need to do? Can you hear me?
Press the button that says leave.
I don't see a button that says leave.
Jordan, wanna?
So if you click on the home button, you should be able to do Game Pigeon while also still hearing the Zoom, but without seeing the Vivo.
No, I wanted to make a phone call on my phone, so I was going to get off the phone, but I can't figure out how to. Do I just press stop video? What
No.
do I press? I have an iPhone.
All right. I will write you in the chat because I don't want to take time out of the class.
Okay.
Okay, so we hope all of you sent the Game Pigeon to Joe. And now we'll be moving on to the next thing. So Joe, if you press the next slide. Okay, so the next thing we're going to show you is a fun way to text your grandchildren or email them, which is emojis. So emojis are a way to interact with your grandchildren. You can send them in the middle of a text, you can send them at the end of a text, or you can just reach out to them through a single emoji. Okay, so we'll show you how to use emojis now.
Okay, so the way that we're going to access emojis is again through the iMessages app. So if Joe shares his phone screen and goes on to iMessages, you're able to access the full emoji
May
keyboard.
I interrupt you for 1 second? Will this be recorded because I'm not able to continue?
Yeah, the Zoom meeting is recorded, so we're going to post the recording afterwards.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
You too. Okay, so right now we're on iMessages, and in order to access the emoji keyboard, you're going to first click on that iMessage button to start a new message. And as you can see, there's a smiley face icon right next to the space bar. And that's how you're going to access all of the emojis that are available on your phone. So you're going to click on this smiley face button over here, and it's going to give you a page with all of the emojis. So you're able to scroll through all of these different emojis that are available on your phone. And as you can see on the bottom, there's different categories. So the first thing is this little clock, which means those are the recent emojis that you've used in the past. And then next to it, you see smiley face. Then next we have animals. So there's a bunch of different categories. And if you wanted to find an emoji based on the category, you're able to click on any one of those categories. So if you're sure you want an emoji that has to do with sports, you could click on that soccer ball. And as you can see, all of the emojis over here are sports related. But if you want a very specific emoji, you're able to search for that emoji on top. You could see that there's a search bar, and you could type in a specific emoji that you're looking for. So you could see here, Joe is typing in football, and this football emoji comes up, and you're able to click on that emoji. So it's a lot faster than scrolling through all of the different emojis if you want one in mind. But if not, you're able to just scroll through that whole page, and you can also include multiple emojis. So if Joe clicks on the soccer ball right next to it, you could see that this message now has multiple emojis. And in order to send the message, you would click on that same blue arrow that we used to send a Game Pigeon, and that would send the emojis to Jordan.
Okay, so then the last thing that you can do with emojis is, so there Jordan used an emoji to say hi to Joe, which is just a fun way to interact with people. So the last thing that you can do with emojis is you can type anything into your search bar and any recommendation will come up. So if Joe types in Apple into his iMessage bar, again, an Apple emoji will come up as an option for you to send. So that's also a way to get an emoji. If you don't want to click on the emojis, you can just type in what you're looking for and that'll come up, as opposed to searching for an emoji and as opposed to scrolling through all of the emojis.
And as you could see with Jordan's message, you don't need to send a message with only emojis. You can send a message and then you can include emojis within the text. So you could see there that Jordan wrote, "I'm tired," and then he put the tired emoji right next to it. You could say happy birthday and put an emoji of cake. So there's a lot of different fun things that you can do with emojis. So here you can see Jordan sending a lot of different emojis to Joe's phone, and Joe can send back emojis that he wants. So people just use them like within their text messages. You could use the heart emoji, and there's a lot of different options when it comes to emojis. Okay. So if Joe goes back to the presentation.
How much longer is this presentation?
Should be about 30 more minutes or less probably.
Okay, so the final thing that we have planned for today is Zoom filters. So on Zoom, which you are all on right now, if you are on a computer, you're able to add filters to your picture on a Zoom meeting, which
Joe,
makes
go to the
things
next slide.
which makes things much more exciting. So you could see these pictures of people. They all have different Zoom filters on. And so we're just gonna walk you through the steps of how you would put on a Zoom filter. You could see that Jordan already put on a hat. So it's a pretty simple, easy way to put on Zoom filters. So if Joe goes to the next slide. On
And
the
again,
bottom, yeah.
these Zoom filters only work if you're on a computer. They don't work on an iPhone. So if you're on an iPhone right now, this shouldn't work. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay. So on the bottom of your computer screen, you should see this stop video button. And right next to the stop video is a little arrow facing upwards, and you're going to want to click on that arrow. So again, you should see the bottom of your screen. It should be probably on the left. You would see a stop video button, and you want to click on that arrow right next to the stop video. Once you click on that arrow, this little pop-up will appear, and you want to click on choose video filter. So again, you're going to click on the arrow right next to stop video, and then you want to click on choose video filter. And once you click on that, all of these different video filters will appear, which we have a screenshot of. You're able to scroll through them and select any one of these video filters. So take a moment to just try this out. On the bottom of your screen, click on the arrow right next to stop video. Click on choose video filter, and you're able to put on any video filter that you want. So there's a lot of different options, and they're definitely fun, especially in classes. So you can see I'm scrolling through. You can choose from a lot of different options. And that's pretty much it. So, okay, so let's see if you.
This is how you use the filters, and it should be a fun way to talk and funny for you and your grandchildren to enjoy. Okay.
Okay, so is everyone able to, everyone who has a computer should try and click on the arrow directly next to stop video, all the way at the bottom left. There's a button that says stop video. Assuming your video is on, there's a button that says stop video. And there's a little arrow right next to that button that says stop video. And if you click on that, you're going to see the options, and one of them will say choose video filter. Once again, this is only for computers. So if you're on a computer, you want to click on choose video filter, And then you could choose any of the options. There are maybe about 50 options, different hats you could put on, backgrounds, different animals. You could play around with those and put those on. You see I'm wearing some nice sunglasses. There are masks. There are things that relate to the holidays. There are different glasses. Now I'm in a theater. You know, there's so many different options. Just a very kind of cute thing to play around with. This is only for people on a computer. You want to click on the little arrow and choose video filter. That's what you're looking for. Okay.
All right, so we're open to any questions about anything before we start the TikTok dance. If anyone wants to put on a Zoom filter, that would be appreciated so we can see that you were able to follow the steps. Oh,
Perfect.
I think I asked you last time how to change virtual background on the iPad.
So on an iPad, if you click on more or three dots, it should be all the way at the top right. More options, more, there should be three dots all the way at the top right. And if you click on that button, you should see choose video background. That's what you're looking for.
Okay, and if anyone wants to now take off their filters, which someone does, again, you press on that start video button with the arrow right next to it. You press on choose video filter again, and there first should come up with a none button. And if you click on that none button, which is the first one to appear, that should remove the filter. You're muted, so if you could unmute.
It only says choose virtual background or video settings. But
Are you on your computer?
I am.
So I'm not
So-
sure why that happened.
It says choose virtual background.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll so you choose virtual background's a little bit different. The virtual background isn't actually a thing that you put on your face. It's what goes behind you. That's like a picture or a video that you could have going behind you. Zoom filters is a pretty new thing with Zoom. Zoom backgrounds are a little older. So if you're not seeing it, the reason why it could be because you have an older version of Zoom and you haven't really updated recently, which is fine.
How do you update it?
Yeah, so that's not something I really want to get into now. I mean, you could stay back at the end and I could show you how to update Zoom. If anyone wants to, I could show you at the end, but I don't want to take time out of this class to show you how to do that.
Okay.
Anthony, I see you have a question.
Oh, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
It's not responding. I am clicking on the video filters, but it's not responding. It's not expanding to the options on the right.
So yes, it might be taking some time because of the internet. You might have to. I never recommend clicking on something more than once, or else your computer will kind of start to get a little hectic. So you might have to wait a second. But if you see choose video filter and you click on it, you might have to wait a few seconds, but it should come up eventually.
No, it's not. I tried a couple times and I waited.
So you clicked on the arrow next to stop video.
Oh, yes. The arrow pointed up and choose video filter, and I did. And I don't see the link expanding, seeing the other options.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure, but after you click on choose video filter, which is that icon, you basically should get, here, I'll take a screenshot of what the screen looks like. But this should eventually looks like that.
Yeah, and I don't see that.
I don't see that either.
Well, for those of you who don't see the button that says video filter at all, that's because your Zoom isn't updated, and then you won't get there. But for those of you who do have the video filter button and you click on that, it should take you there. I mean, it might be because the internet or something is slow, but you're definitely doing it correctly. Yes, there's a few more questions.
Hi, it says virtual filter, but it wants to put in my photos. I don't want photos.
Yeah, so you're also allowed to have.
I want the Eiffel Tower. How can I get that in there?
So if you want a specific picture,
Yes.
you basically have to go to Google or some sort of website and find, here, I'll show you how I would do it. I would go to Google Chrome or the internet, and let's say I want to type in the Eiffel Tower. Look, there are a lot of different options. Let's say I want this one over here. There's my picture. So we're not going to really go through saving pictures, but I would basically drag this to my desktop to save it to my desktop. And now you see how it's on my desktop. And the desktop is where you keep all your files. So here you see here's that picture of the Eiffel Tower. And if you go to Zoom and you click on choose virtual background, right? When you want a picture, it's not video filter. In this case, it's choose virtual background.
Yeah.
Then you basically have to, when you click on choose virtual background, you'll see a plus with like a box around it. And if you click on that, there's two options, add image or add video. In this case, we want to add an image. I'm going to click on add image. And then it will pull up all the files on your computer. And you basically want to look here, I'll take a screenshot so you see it. But I'm basically, it will pull up all my files. And here's the picture, it's on my desktop, but you first have to get the picture. You won't see a picture yet because you didn't go to Google and download it. Once you do that, you should see a picture. And I now clicked on use. And now if you look at my background.
You have it.
There's the Eiffel
Good
Tower.
job.
Thank you. So the process is a little bit different for video backgrounds. You want to go to Google or some sort of search engine, type in what you're looking for.
Okay.
Tower. Then save the picture to your desktop by either dragging it to your desktop or by saving it there. And once it's there, and you click on the little arrow, as Julie and Caroline explained, next to stop video, choose virtual background.
But this is a tablet.
Yeah, so on a tablet or an iPad or an iPhone, a mobile device.
iPad.
For those, you want to click on more, like I said earlier, more, and then choose virtual backgrounds. That's what you're clicking on. For those you want a computer, you just click on the arrow. If you're on a phone or a tablet or an iPad or any of those categories, then you want to click on the more button. There should be 3 dots all the way at the top right of the screen. Okay. All right, Julie and Caroline, you guys could take over.
All right, so the last thing that we wanted to show you was we were going to teach you a short TikTok dance that you would be able to do with your grandchildren. So before we showed you how to download TikTok, how to make an account, and some of the basics on how to work it. And now we're gonna show you how to create your own dance on TikTok. So if Joe opens the TikTok app on his phone, you could see that he's able to create a TikTok dance. So first we're gonna show you how you would create a dance, and then we will take a video together of us practicing that dance. Okay, so Joe's gonna open the TikTok app that we downloaded before. And then in order to create your own TikTok video, you're going to press on the plus button and you can search. So you can either search, okay. The first thing that you could do is you could press on the plus button and that will allow you to start a new video. So you can record something So first you're going to need to allow TikTok to access your camera and access your microphone if you want to take a video on TikTok. And you would press that red button to record yourself taking the video. And this video here won't have any sound because you just pressed on that plus button and you didn't click on any music that you wanted to have in the background. So if you want a specific song in the background, you would X out of that, and you would first want to type in the song into the search bar. And once you type in that song, you'll see a bunch of videos from other people that have done that dance. And then you're able to create your own video with that dance. So, Caroline, you can like maybe.
Okay. So I don't know. Do you know what the song is called, Julia?
I think it's like Savage Love.
Okay, yeah. So if Joe types in Savage Love, it's just an easy TikTok dance that we want to show you. A bunch of dances to this song will come up. So under videos, if you see all these videos by people who did the dance. So if we click on the first one, a video doing the dance should come up. So this is an easy TikTok dance that we thought it would be fun if we showed you that you could do with your grandchildren. So does the sound not work from screen sharing? I guess not. So Joe, maybe if you unmute.
No, so the way I think you guys should do it is you guys should Joe could unmute and play the audio, but I don't think we should screen share. So
Okay, so if Joe stops to screen share, then we can show you the dance. Oh, could you also spotlight Julia? Okay. So Joe, if you play the music, me and Julia will show you the dance.
Okay, so the first move of the dance is you're gonna tap one shoulder and then the other shoulder, and then you're gonna put your hand in the air,
So
and
like,
you're gonna like sway back and forth.
and then you sway.
Okay, so Joe plays the music. Joe, start from the beginning. Okay, and then you're gonna do the other hand. So first you're doing 1, 2, 3. Then you're gonna sway your hips, and then the other hand, 1, 2, 3. Sway your hips, and then you're gonna do both hands. And then you're gonna sway your hips.
So
Okay,
that's the whole dance.
That's the whole dance. So we can show it to you one more time. We're gonna do tap one shoulder, tap the other shoulder, sway your hips, then the other arm. And then you're gonna do it with both arms.
And the first word is savage love. So you know to start on savage love.
Then you're gonna sway your hips. Okay, so if you guys wanna practice that one time before we record it with the music. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Then you're gonna sway your hips. 1, 2, 3. Then you're gonna sway your hips. And then both arms, 1, 2, 3. And then you're gonna sway your hips.
Okay, so now play the music, Joe.
Joe, unmute.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And that's the whole dance.
Okay, so we can try it one more time if Joe plays the music.
Joe, if you play the music.
All right, good job, guys. Okay,
So that's how you do the dance, and I think this would be a very fun to do with your grandchildren, and I think you would appreciate it.
Okay, Joe, let's do it one more time. But Joe, can you count 3, 2, 1 while unmuted so that we know when to start? And then when he says after 3, 2, 1, then you go 1, 2, up, right? And that's when you start. And which side are we starting from, Julia Caroline?
we'll start with our right hand.
The right hand, you're touching the left shoulder. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're shaking whatever, and then you do 3, and then together 1, 2, 3. Okay. So
Okay.
again, 1, 2, 3, Dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, and then together 1, 2, 3. Right. So it's left hand. It's which hand first?
Right hand to your left shoulder, then to your right hand to your right shoulder, then your right hand up and you sway. Then your left hand to your right shoulder, then your left hand to your left shoulder, and you sway, and then both.
Okay, so we're all going to do it together. For those of you who don't have your video on, we can't see you and you won't be in the recording. So if you're able to turn on your video, that would be great. And Joe's going to count 3, 2, 1, and when he gets to 1, everyone's going to follow Julian count. You guys can look at the top of them. We're going to keep it in gallery view. Joe, if you keep it in gallery view so the recording gets in, you can count 3, 2, 1, and we'll see if we could do it all together.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, good job, guys.
All right, so if anyone has any more questions about TikTok, Game Pigeon, emojis, and then Zoom filters, those are the 4 things that we taught today. And I think that's about it.
Okay, so let's just see, are there any questions? And for those of you, I'll also mention that for those of you who this is your first time ever taking a class with us, please stay back at the end. So I could just tell you a few other things that I think are important for you to know if you want to continue taking more classes and you enjoyed it. We will be sending out a recording of not only the TikTok dance, but the entire class. If you want to rewatch a piece of the class, you'll be able to do that. And then here's your homework, just to use what you learned today. And like I say, with everything takes practice. So, even just spending, the next few days kind of getting the hang of Game Pigeon and then moving on to TikTok and then using a Zoom filter, it's really a build up process, everything. So if there aren't any more questions, let's see, anyone raising their hands? Yes, Lily, I see you have a question. You could unmute yourself by clicking on unmute. You have to click on unmute in the center. There you go.
Oh, just that in terms of getting to the Zoom filter, that I was having trouble. The Zoom, choose video filter. You were going to explain, they were going to upgrade or whatever.
Yeah, so you can stay back at the end and I'll help you.
Okay, great.
Are there any more questions on material that we covered today? Anthony, you have a question?
Yeah, when you snapshot the picture you like on your desktop, then you go to the virtual, choose the virtual background, and then you drag that image to the filter.
Yeah, here I'll show you that for those of you who would like to use a picture that you enjoy as your background. I'll show you how to do that. So let me just take a picture so you can see it. Right, there we go. Okay, so when you click on choose virtual background, here's what you see, and you basically see a few options made by Zoom. But if you'll see an option over there, which is a plus. And that's what you click on to add one of your own. So a picture that you enjoy or a picture that you want behind you that's not made by Zoom. To add one of those pictures, you're going to click on the little plus in the little circle. And when you click on that, you see 2 options. One says image and one says video. You're allowed to have a video behind you, but that gets a little complicated. So I would just stick for now to pictures. So you want to click on image. And then it will basically pull up all the files on your computer. And you want to go to your desktop, which is where you hopefully saved it. And click on the picture that you saved. In this case, it was the Eiffel Tower that I did. And then it will appear in this actual list over here. You see the Eiffel Tower is now over here. It's right over here. And if you click on it, it's now being used as your virtual background. So I'd say the hardest part with this is getting it from Google, dragging it to your desktop. Once it's on your desktop, it's not going anywhere. It's being saved there. So that if you want to add a virtual background, that's on your desktop, you will click on the little plus, choose image, and click on the picture that is on your desktop that you would like to use.
And Joe, when you take a snapshot, it's a partial. It's not the whole screen, just a partial. That Command 4.
Yeah, so Shift Command 4, which is what we discussed, I think, last time.
Yes, yes.
It's for a section of the screen. Correct. It's not for the full.
Okay, got it.
Correct. Okay. Are there any more questions for Sharon? So you have a question. Unmute yourself.
Just about getting emojis. You go to iMessages and you type in emoji, but there was nothing that said get.
So for getting emojis, which I could just screen share quickly. 1 second. I'll pull up on my screen for those of you who weren't confident with getting emojis. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So for getting emojis, if you go to a conversation with someone, right? I'm going to a conversation with Joe, and you'll see that here's my keyboard where I could type in regular letters, and found at the bottom left is a little smiley face. See that? There's a smiley face at the bottom left of my keyboard. And if I click on that little smiley face, I'm getting all the options. I could search for a specific emoji, and I could find one that I'm looking for. I could receive, and etc. So to get to the emoji keyboard, you're clicking on the little smiley face at the bottom left. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Yeah, so for those of you who still have questions, you could definitely stay back. And I also ask for those of you who this is your first time taking a class to stay back, so I could just introduce myself and
raise your hand, all right?
and say something.
I think he's finishing the class.
And also, if you have any questions, just stay back and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope everyone enjoyed this class. Thank you so much to Julia and Caroline. You did a great job presenting the material. We are going to be having our 10th and final class of the semester. If you've been taking on the class with us this Sunday at 11:30, where we'll be playing our review game and all that, etc. So please, Joe, you can go to the next slide. But everyone can come on Sunday. And you could check out our portal, etc. We'll be sending out a recording to not only the WhatsApp chat, but also to our email list. If you're not in those categories because you know what I'm talking about, you could stay back and I'll help you with that. But thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to Joe, Julia, and Caroline for a great class. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. We will see you on Sunday.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yes, Brenda, so you have a question.